Hi, Watson Gunn. Continuing on my 21-day challenge. Welcome back. We're on the 7th day. This is the 3rd day I do this in front of my Christmas tree in a nice cozy living room. And I want to share this festive season with you. And yesterday I promised you that I will have something very special for you. And I hope and I pray that this is something going to be such a big impact in your life. This is such a special gift. Will just alter the entire course of your real estate career and so much power to propel you to the next level. I'm going to tell you a story called Acres of Diamond. Acres of Diamond. And I explain to you why this is such a special story. Before I tell you the story, I'll give you a little background. I heard this story right before COVID happened from a minister, some of you would call pastor, on TV on a Sunday morning. Well, this is Pastor Jensen Franklin in Atlanta. I have been always very impressed with him. He would have a church in Atlanta, and he'll fly on Sunday to Southern California for another church. He's a pastor of a great impact and just speak word of encouragement, really good in building lives. Some of the good friends that I have who had moved to Atlanta become a part of that church. And this Acre of Diamond, now I promise you this intent for your business. It's not going to be anything preachy or anything. I just use a story I learned, how it impacted my life, how it gave me inspiration. It's going to be able to help you through this difficult season for so many people dealing with COVID, dealing with uncertainty, financial stress, how this story can help you as well. Well, this is a 5-year plan. I told you if you have to work just for 5 years, work as hard as you can. More importantly, work smart. I want you to be able to walk away at the end of 5 years, a millionaire, not having to worry about money or finances. But you do have to plan. You do have to work smart. You do have to take some time. The best thing for you to do right now is just follow my 21-day plan. And you will be able to achieve the goal of 5 years, $1 million. Just to give you a little background. This story happened in the Civil War era. A bunch of young people after the war was desiring to go to college, but they are just not able to go to college. They came to Dr. Russell Conwell. Russell Conwell was born, I think it's 1843. And then he was just told, Dr. Conwell, how could we get an education without the money? That inspired him so much that he went ahead and tell a story, even give speeches everywhere he goes. I think gave some 6,000 speech or lecture. And he made enough money. And also, I guess he wrote into a book called Acres of Diamond. And that thing sold 7 million copies. 7 million copies for about 150 years ago. That was a lot of money. And he used that money to build the university, what we are now called the Temple University. Many of you did not know that most of the prominent colleges, Dr. Conwell was a graduate of Yale University. He was a writer, he was a lawyer. He became very successful in what he was doing. Now, like I said, many colleges were established by pastor, minister, by churches, from Harvard all the way to Boston University, right across the river from where my son graduated, and USC. These two were among the many, many prominent universities started by the Methodist Church, which I was so blessed to grow up in a Methodist family. He would just give this lecture, Acres of Diamond. And that is such an impactful story. Quite honestly with you, I have here all kind of moving, motivational story. That was the very first time I heard about Acres of Diamond. And I do a lot of thinking about my situation, about my life. We as realtor, in fact, we as human beings, always thinking the grass is always greener on the other side. When business get tough, you're wondering, oh man, I'm in real estate, maybe I should go into commercial. Or those of you in the commercial, oh, maybe I should get back into residential. Those who are maybe you are thinking about, oh, maybe I should get out of this business, do something else. But in reality, if you carefully examine, if you just need to have someone come to your life and speak to you, that you are actually in the best. If you just know how to recognize the opportunity, if you just know how to take advantage of and make the best use of the situation you are in now. I felt with the COVID, if you're thinking about quitting business, some of you, and God bless you, hope that it's not the case for any one of you listening, could be at a point of such a discouragement. All you could do is just watching TV, binge on Netflix, or do something which is even could be worse, some kind of addiction you're not able to break loose from, just because the future, tomorrow, next year, looks so glim. You might be trying to put offer on it over and over and get rejected. You might have missed a few listings. You may have someone you pour your heart out to serve, to cancel the listing on you. Believe me, I've been through all that. Believe me, in my 20-year real estate career, I have more failure than successes. What I'm doing here is to share with you on this 21 days some of the things I learned from my failure, and also to highlight some of the things that I share, which are worth to be shared with more fellow agent and broker like yourself. So I hope you take good notes and think through what I'm saying. Like I said, this is about half an hour recording. Listen to this story, and I promise you, and I pray that this will change your outlook, will change your life, and definitely will change the course of your career. Before I share with you about the acres of diamond, I'm going to tell you the experience, my own personal journey on this thing called diamond. As you can tell from my accent, from my look, I wasn't raised in America. I came up from a Asian family. Diamond is something not a big deal. I guess where we were, my mom, grandparent, gems, which they value more than diamond. Gold, perhaps, maybe pearl. I met my wife in college, so I married my college sweetheart. She's the sweetest lady you can ever meet. Those of you who know Lucy, you know what a marvelous, what an outstanding, what a loving, caring, compassionate woman she is. We dated in college for about a little over a year before we graduated from college. After college, I came to California, and later on she followed me to California. She has just has one brother, mom and dad. Her parent would be someone always claimed that they are just working class, upper middle class, work very hard. Father also happened to be coming to America at a very young age. How do you call that? He just loved her daughter. My wife would be what you call a daddy's girl, okay? She would talk about her dad, and you can tell glowing in her face, you know. One thing very unfortunate, her father had died a year after we got to California. Now, her father hasn't been doing too good, but no warning whatsoever. Nobody told us that we heard news that dad passed away. Just never really get a chance to say goodbye to him. That was very, very hard on her. After her father's death, she had fallen into a very deep depression. As soon as that happened, I felt like I need to do something. The pressure is for us to get married. Only regret is that both for her and for me, that her father never get a chance to walk her down the aisle. That's one of the biggest regrets she ever had. Her father told me to just marry her before. He told me I would have been so proud if I could just walk my daughter down the aisle with you. What are you waiting for? Back then I was still in college. I didn't come from a very wealthy family. I came to America, basically my parents don't have much because they raised such a big family. My older sisters and brother had basically helped pay for my college. So after college, I came to LA, intended to go to do my MBA, and then I, at the same time, tried to start a business. I got into trying to get an import-export business going, and I also tried to do mail order business. Now, when the father died, I just put a lot of things on hold back then. And I remember during the time we were courting, Lucy's a good old American girl. You heard the saying, diamond is a girl's best friend, right? Zsa Zsa Gabor, I don't remember the sex symbol, the most beautiful, gorgeous blonde in Hollywood. She's got she's got more husband than probably close to my fingers in my two hands. Georgia Gabor said something like that. She had a temper, right? She has some really nasty divorces. She said, I never hit a man strong enough that I would have to give back the diamond. Smart girl, smart girl. Just those diamonds she keep, I think she could just quit acting long time ago. And my wife, Lucy, back then was just a girlfriend, would tell me, oh, so and so has the biggest ring. There was a lady who married to a man who's much older, but I don't know, for some reason he didn't get married until old age, so he was able to accumulate quite a bit of wealth. Bought her the piece of ring. I mean, a diamond so big. And my wife would tell me, yeah, so and so, look at the other, I can't let me know that she loved diamond. And her dad, I guess her dad is not a shopper, like a lot of men who just don't know how to buy a gift for a daughter. He would once in a while during like birthday or perhaps Christmas, according to what my wife told me, would buy her like jewelry from Costco. And just go to the counter, pick something that is on the budget and just pack it up. Seems like a better price than anywhere else, right? Just a gift only gift that I know of that she said dad would give it to her. So come to engagement, I thought I better I really had, like I said, I didn't have much money when we started our life. I couldn't throw elegant, extravagant wedding for her. I thought the least I can do is buy a nice engagement ring for her. Now, those of you remember from the 80s, there was a department store. That was before Walmart started to boom. There's a place called Best, B-E-S-T. Or prior to that, it's called the Bell. It's like a store where they sell jewelry, appliances, kind of like a Sears, a little upscale, but then a little smaller, right? And we would go around and look at diamond ring. And I spot a ring that's in Bell, which is in West. We have a store here in West Covina. For those of you who don't know West Covina, it would be about half hour drive in Pasadena. And then this department store, I saw this ring, and the price tag is pretty steep, $3,600, and there was so many carat. The way they say, now this ring is so special. I'm going to show it to you here. This is a picture. One of the gift I gave to my wife after we got married. I have put this in a real nice frame. If you can see this ring, this is what I got my wife. It's got a big stone in the middle, and then surrounding by smaller stone. I can tell you, I kind of keep an eye on different women's diamond ring. Most of the diamond ring, their diamond will be about the size of the small stone. That is it. But with this is so special. Look at how big it is on the middle, plus a whole bunch of small ones. And I saw the price $3,600. Diamond industry or the merchant or association, whoever promote the diamond, have a saying. To budget for your diamond engagement ring, you should put aside 3 months worth of salary. Back then I didn't make a lot of money, but $3,600, not really exactly 3 months. You kind of felt guilty. You wish you could put more money aside. For those of you who are getting married or getting engaged, I'm not sure you're going to go by that. That is just a slogan. Not too long ago, I heard some financial advisors saying this actually is pretty dumb. You should be putting more money aside to plan your home together. Maybe even spend on your honeymoon, which is even more important than diamond. But somehow, a lot of young ladies and a lot of people are so programmed to think that if you don't spend the 3 months, you don't love them enough, because diamond is their best friend. You as a future husband still not come close to that. So those are things that you have to rethink about what people are saying about diamond. So let me continue on. So when that thing was showing $3,600, I thought that's pretty high. But the sales lady, a pretty good looking, sometimes usually they have the nicest lady, right? Smile at you. Guess what? Good news. For this week and this week only, you'll be sold for $2,400. That is 33% off. We have never had such a big discount before. If you want, you better do that buy now. I was like, man, I don't have $3,600. Back then, credit card isn't a common thing that we use, right? The lady said something that I'll never forget. In the first time in my entire life, I did something that most of you young people may not even heard of. It's called layaway. Layaway is just put a deposit, then they'll keep the merchandise for you on the shelf or the showcase, and you come every month, make your payment, and they schedule up a certain point. When you fully pay for it, that ring goes to you. That was such a brilliant idea. I said, I can do that. So I just put a small deposit down. And every month, I would just drive down to West Covina, make my monthly payment to pay off for the ring. The day when the ring was paid off, I gave it to my wife, and I'll show you the ring. Still so beautiful, still so sparkling. And I can just say, I'm a poor kid, just finish up college, try to start a life, try to start my business with no money and no support, no whatsoever. But one thing I can be proud of, I try to bless my wife, try to make sure that she has the best ring possible. You can put her ring alongside with so many other women. I can tell you, my wife's ring really stands out. And people just did not know I only paid $2,400 for it. So that is my story about diamond ring and my love diamond. Now, the thing I'm going to tell you today, this thing you're taking away from me for the 30 minutes you spend with me, I promise you, in fact, I guarantee you, it's going to worth more than the $36 or $2,400. I know that $3,600 diamond ring today is worth probably at least double, maybe more like close to $10,000. So take my story today, take what I'm sharing with you today as a piece of nugget for $10,000. Not only is it $10,000, if you keep it in your heart, continue when you go through tough times, just think about a story, acres of diamond. This can multiply and multiply to be much, much more money, to be much, much greater value to you. And trust me, the diamond, you have acres of diamond with you. And that's how the story goes. Dr. Conwell, like I said, he's a graduate of Yale University, became a lawyer. He's a writer, an orator, a lecturer or professor. He was also a pastor, a Baptist minister. He was, I think he was from Massachusetts, ended up in Philadelphia. And then when he was there, he made some money. After he got successful, money all saved up, he decided to make a tour of the Holy Land, Middle East. Ended up in the modern day, Babylon or Baghdad, where we just had a lot of war going on by the two great river, Epharatus and Tigris. There he had an Arab tour guide helping him with luggages, moving things up and down the boat on camel. He just followed this guy, this Arab tour guide. This Arab tour guide happened to be a very good storyteller. He would tell story after story, and then to the point sometimes he got tired listening to him a bit. However, he said there's one story that I almost missed it, but I did not. I'm so glad I did not miss this story. It's called Acres of Diamond. So I'm going to tell this story based on not just, you can just go online, Google search Acres of Diamond. You will find that book, which is still available today. And also you can go to YouTube, put Acres of Diamond. You can listen to the story from this minister, this pastor, Jensen Franklin. He tells the story in even more profound way. I'm just trying to do my best to. I'm not a good storyteller. I'm just going to do my best to convey the story, the meaning. Hopefully it bring to life to you. Hopefully you encourage you. Hopefully you build you up in this tough economy and knowing that recognizing their diamond with you. It goes something like that. There was once a farmer in South Africa. He has a piece of land. He worked so hard. He plowed the land with a cow, oxen, and worked very hard. He made a decent living, but just not quite enough. He felt like he lived a comfortable life, but someday hoped to be rich somehow, someday, maybe make it big in life. And then come a visitor, a priest came and visited him. He told him, you know what, you are working way too hard. Have that kind of experience before, realtor? Man, you're working way too hard. You do open house, you take this buyer into 20 homes, and you work like 80 hours a week plus. You're working way too hard. You should do something else. You should be getting out and then if you go to some place where there are two mountains, and there's some white sand beach. Under the sand beach, if you scoop it down, you find some black rock. Inside of each one of those rocks are a piece of diamond. If you have a diamond the size of a thumb, that's enough for you to, I forgot how much you're worth. It makes you so filthy rich. If you can have a handful of those diamonds the size of a thumb, you can put your own children on different thrones, sit with kings and queens all over the world. So he decided to sell his land, his farm, and he put his children and his wife to the charge of his neighbor. and kissed them goodbye, and he went in search of diamond. He went to India, he went to different places like Persia, which is Iran today, and all the way, make a big round, ended up in Europe, in Barcelona. He couldn't find any diamond anywhere. He didn't have a face to go back home. He lost all his money. He started to write a suicide note to his wife. Say, I'm sorry I sold everything that we have. I couldn't come back. There's no diamond anywhere in this world. He saw in Barcelona, in the midst of this depression, he threw himself into the raging water and died there. He surfaced again in this life as a living human being again. Now the story goes to the other side of the person who bought a piece of land. The buyer who ended up purchasing the land did the same thing like he did. He would plow the land, he would raise up the crops, produce, he would sell it at the marketplace, make a living, decent income, but not really getting rich. Now the annoying thing about this piece of land is all kind of rocks all over. You step on it, if you're not careful, you cut your foot. And he would once in a while pick up a rock and just so annoying, just throw it aside, and so that the land can be clear. One day he saw a piece of rock somewhere. When the sun shine on it, something glow coming out from the rock. He picked up and said, "Oh, that's interesting. I don't know the rocks can shine." So he just put his rock on top of his mantle, above the fireplace, like what you just saw here. And he forgot about it altogether. So one day, the local priest came by to visit him, probably just to say hi to him, welcome him to the neighborhood, perhaps invite him to his church. He would tell him, he'll look at the rock and say, "Hey, wait a minute, where did you get the rock? Did you know what it is?" He go, "No, I don't know. It was just one of the many many pieces of rocks in my farm. I just picked it up. It's interesting." And immediately the priest spotted. He said, "This is what they call diamond in the rough. The rock may look ugly. It's a black piece of rock, but inside there's a precious stone of diamond. As soon as they take the rock to be cut up, sure enough, it was a nice size of diamond. And before you know it, they found out that piece of land has some of the richest diamond deposit on earth. Some of those diamonds are on the crown of Queen of England, the Tsar of Russia, and different dignity and royalty. Now that was a piece of diamond, and acres of diamond that was owned by two different persons, because of the perception, because of one thinking of the grass is greener on the other side, gave up the acres of diamond, end up on a very tragic death. The other person, on the other hand, because of a wisdom of a certain priest who came along, give the revelation, open his eyes, he get to have the richest diamond field in the whole world. Now, I know my name is Watson Gunn. I'm really not much of I'm a nobody. I don't want to profess I'm that priest. I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to make you have the diamond field that would be putting on different thrones in different places. But I do want you to know. You know by now, this is the 7th day. I pour out my hearts. I really, with a spirit of gratitude to love on people, on our industry, on the people, hardworking men and women like yourself in real estate. I'm sharing this story with you called Diamond, Acres of Diamond. I'm just giving you revelation. The piece of rock, which is so rough that you've been kicking at it when you work on your field, that thing could be the sore spot. That could be rejection you got when you deal with your client or prospect. That could be when you knock on some door, a dog was sick at you. The rock is so painful, you look at it and say, "Man, it's just I'm not sure it's worth it anymore. I'm about ready to sell my piece of land. I'm about to go somewhere in search of diamond. I am about to look for the 2 mountain with a sand beach and where I can pick up diamond everywhere." Guess what? The diamond is right where you are sitting right now. We are in this real estate business. You tell me which other industry has the potential, has a key just by becoming a member of the MLS. You have access to not million, perhaps billions and billions of dollars worth of real estate that you have the power to sell. You don't have to invest a dime in it. All you're going to do is just do a good job, find the proper buyer or find the proper seller. You get to get a fraction of that. You don't have to worry about making your monthly payment on that property. You don't have to deal with a lot of things as far as ownership, but you actually own a piece of that property. I know that COVID has hit many of us hard. I know that thing has been difficult for so many of us, but please trust me, believe me, just hang in there. Hang in there. We are on acres of diamond. Some of you may be able to do so well that you can use what I'm teaching you today, make some money. Set some money aside. You may not be able to help build a university, like Temple University, by putting so many people through college. Today, Temple University have 40,000 students. You may not do that, but you may have enough money to help your son, your daughter to finish up college. This business has been so good to me. When I got into this business, not long after I got into this business, my son got into Boston University, and now my daughter at USC. USC, as you know, is the most expensive university in America, and Boston is probably close second or third, but we are able to afford that. Some of you are going to make so much money that you can, who knows, one of you might end up build a brand new university. You may give a big donation to alma mater who has been so good to you. Some of you may be able to just impact life in such a great way. You might be able to build a hospital overseas. I am with a group of mastermind millionaire real estate agents. Some of them has all kind of thing all over the world. Orphanage. Some of you are just making an impact in different things. Now you can make a lot of money. You can just enjoy your money. You know, in real estate, so much money coming in on one door, going out the back door. But now the whole idea about our perspective, if you open up our what you call that, our heart and our capacity bigger to receive more. If you're willing to just give part of that out, you are in the capacity to receive a lot more. This is called the acres of diamond, and everybody, if you're in real estate, you are in the acres of diamond. Let's work together. Let's take a little break, reset your life. During this 21 day, I want you to really focus on what you can do differently, what you can do to just be in the right place, be at the right time, and also be able to discover the wealth, the riches, all the good thing that's awaiting for you in acres of diamond. I hope this is helpful for you. 2 days ago, I started in front of Christmas tree and share with you on a Christmas theme. I told you about 4 changes that's coming in the form of a commission, association, service, and hangout. The way business will be conducted in these 4 areas will major change. And yesterday I shared about the 4C, that you really have to do this Christmas season. I talk about you could do something with your client, something not too difficult but easy to implement. You got to do something with your client, your family, your immediate family who are related to you. Then I say you got to do something about your community, something in your community. Do something that is meaningful. And then the last part I talk about, you got to do something about your coach. Some of you may not have a coach. I hope that I will have the honor, at least to be your coach this 21 day, able to impart something for you. If nothing you got out from this, just remember this story, acres of diamond. I believe it's going to make a major impact in your life and in the life of others. Quit chasing after the shiny objects so many realtors are prone to. Don't worry, somebody has the nicest, shiniest truck parked on the roadside on the major highway with their face and with them number one realtor, or they are the best, they are the greatest. Don't worry about those shiny objects. You do your own thing. Now on this 21 day, I'll explore a few things that you can do, inexpensive, that can make the biggest impact in the shortest period of time. And my goal, my aim is nothing more than just try to get you to the top. Just to want you to be a top player, want you to be able to have a different perspective, outlook on your business, and run your business so much smoother, smarter, and be able to make more money. More money you can keep. You can bless your loved one. You can bless other people along the process. Well, I hope you enjoy this. Hope this is helpful to you. Please comment, like, and share it with anybody you know, anybody you like, anybody you care about. This doesn't have to be just for real estate agent. It could be just for anybody in business or in life who are struggling, not knowing that they're sitting on a piece of diamond, on the acres of diamond. So until tomorrow, I will have another very interesting thing to share with you. Stay tuned.